During the lockdown, and even as we get out of the lockdown of COVID, people are wondering what happens to funerals, births, weddings. What's going on with that? Well, we are broadcasting from the Secret Bar in Queen Street East in Toronto, and we wanted to get the answers to that. So, the Reverend Dr. Andrew Stirling is from Timothy United Church, and he joins us right now because churches have not been allowed to meet. And certainly those ceremonies that you conduct throughout your pastoral relations, what have you been doing?
Well, with the most important burials, we've been doing burials.
With only 5 people?
With only 5 and then with 10. But we have also utilized technology, and we've live streamed actual burial services. What were sort of perfunctory sort of burials of a body have been expanded and made more special with prayers, with personal remarks. So we've tried to make them more intimate for families. It hasn't been easy because some people have been excluded because of the numbers.
Right.
But we have been able, from the burial point of view, to still have, some people even say, even more meaningful burial services.
Does it take the harsh pain of a funeral out of it by having it remote? Because if you're there and some people have a casket or whatever, sometimes the pain is just unbearable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it easier for people now?
It is easier for those who are watching online, but they're also suffering from the grief of not being there.
Right.
So the pain is really shared, it's just different. Those that are present right there are going through it. Those that are watching it are probably feeling the sadness of not actually being there. So the pain is still very real.
Do you think that this could be something that after all the restrictions are gone, that could be sustained?
Yes. I think
so. It's going to be a change.
I think there could be a change. I do. But I still think people, for the most part, will want to remember a life and to be able to do it with their friends. I mean, we are still waiting, in fact, to have memorial services for some of the people that we buried so that we can bring others in and so that other speakers, other people can speak about the deceased.
Reverend Stirling, let me put this to you. Part of, as a preacher's kid, I know that, a minister is to provide solace, and there's hand-holding. Sometimes there's a nice hand on your shoulder. Is that going to come back?
I don't think in the near future. But we have we have gestures that we can use. We have words that we can use. We communicate in different ways. Maybe the tactile, physical touch won't be there, but there'll be still other ways to convey our compassion and our love and our sincerity.
And what about different functions, such as weddings?
Well, weddings have been on hold because there have been no licenses. So therefore, we haven't been able to do weddings. And a lot of them are putting them off until next year. So we are going to have a batch of weddings next year, let me tell you.
Reverend Stirling, you're going to have a bang-up year. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
3 minutes. Thank you for watching. We are going to continue to broadcast from the Secret Bar here on top of the George Restaurant Courtyards on Queen Street East in Toronto. In these days, where politicians are spending a lot of your money, Parliament's not sitting, it's important to have an independent news source. That's what we are doing. We hope you subscribe.